name's Donna Wayman. I am currently Chief Operating Officer at Zurich Legacy Solutions. I studied drama and English at Birmingham University, graduating in 2006, I think. Yes, that sounds about right. And I moved into insurance and financial services straight from university as part of the graduate scheme, and I've worked in there for 16 years. Like I say, my current role is Chief Operating Officer for one of our business units. I didn't know what I wanted to do once I left uni, so I knew that for my university experience I wanted to do something that I was going to enjoy and something that I felt passionate about. And during my A-levels and GCSEs, I'd really enjoyed the kind of creative side of drama and the more academic side of the English degree. So I loved the ability to bring those both together and do both elements of them within the offering at Birmingham. I really liked back then the facilities and the kind of campus feel of it, although it's not, the accommodation is spread out, but it really felt like a home and a place that I could see myself live in. And logistically, it was really easy to get to, on the train or on the motorway. So I knew I had quick links back to wherever friends and family were going to be whilst I was studying at university. So it really was just about doing something that I loved for the next 3 years and doing it in a place that I really wanted to spend time in and that I was going to enjoy, and that was what led me to the degree. My friends and I made lifelong friends at university that I lived with in the first year, and we were laughing because it will be 20 years this year that we met. And we are still friends and going to come back to Birmingham hopefully and spend some time together to celebrate the fact that we made our bestest of friends during that time. And that is a real diverse group of people because it was all different people from different courses that were put together. So we've got lawyers and people who work in financial services, people who work in retail and merchandise at senior levels, communication experts, personal trainers, a whole mix of friends that are amazing people that I met. So I have to say that. The second thing for me was the practical element of the drama. I love actually doing drama, and I love doing anything that involves actually getting up and performing. So the ability to do that as part of my course was amazing. And I always speak fondly of we did a stage combat course, which was amazing, and also did the makeup and kind of special effects course. And I loved that. And it was just a really different way to kind of put learning into practice and learn something totally new. And then also the Shakespeare element of my English literature course. So I loved that, going to Stratford and getting to kind of go into the library there and see that element of Shakespeare that I hadn't really got to grips with. I can't say I loved reading all of the Shakespeare text quite so much, but that experience of being part of that and understanding that and bringing that together was really good. So yeah, I loved the variety and I loved the people. So one of the things that I really enjoyed at university was I did a lot of the chairing of the social committees and the residence committees that were part of the accommodations that we lived at. And it made me realise that I enjoyed organising things and that I had a really strong skill set in kind of being bossy, organising people, getting things done. And that when I left university, that was what I was looking for, some sort of job where I could kind of exert that management, organisational element of my skills. So I applied for loads of graduate schemes all over the UK, anything that would take me with an arts degree, which back then was quite limited because they wanted more targeted degrees, but now is much more kind of accepting to a wide range of degrees. I think I'd have a lot less issues now than I did back then. I was never looking to go into financial services or insurance, but I got interviewed for the graduate scheme for Zurich, and I loved what they brought. I loved that the scheme, I could kind of shape it myself and I'd have the opportunity to do things that I enjoyed within it. And I loved that it was rotational and I was part of a group of people that were all going through similar experiences. So I was lucky enough to join that scheme straight out of university, and I spent 3 years rotating around lots of different areas of the insurance business, getting to grips with actually what insurance was, but also realising really quickly that the project management element of insurance, change management, was actually what I loved, and really quickly moved into doing project management roles within that financial services and insurance space. And I spent the next 10 years or so just really honing my skills and becoming more experienced in change management and transformation, using those skills in a really wide range of different topics. So, people change, launching new products, IT change, data change, everything you could imagine really. How can I get more experience and do change management across different things and bigger things? I became a program director, looking after large programs of change, so lots of different projects and much bigger responsibility. And then I became a portfolio manager, so really overseeing a team of project managers and helping them deliver to meet a business need. And a lot of that was actually in regulatory change and compliance, so making sure that we could do all the right things for our regulators to operate, which I found really interesting because it's the ultimate challenge of, can I get to a goal in the time at which the regulator needs us to, and can I kind of orchestrate all those moving pieces to do that? And then the last 6 years have been quite varied. I spent 3 years in a data team and managing a data transformation, which I never thought I'd do. I didn't have a technical background. I'd laughed about coming with a drama and English degree, but kind of brought all the skills that I'd had from a change management perspective, understood, learned the bits I needed to know about data to allow me to be able to kind of look at how do we move data forward, transform the data team. And then the last 3 years, my biggest role until I've taken my new COO role has been around the whole change that we run for the UK business. So there's about 4,000 people in Zurich in the UK, and all of our change programs come through my portfolio team, and we look at how they run, the reporting, the budget, the governance, and really overseeing how we deliver change for Zurich and the UK as a whole. My current role, which I started just at the beginning of this year, is Chief Operating Officer for a unit called Zurich Legacy Solutions. And that's a really different role for me, but brings together all of those skills I've learned over the last 16 years to allow me to run the operations for this function, this global function. So as part of our global Zurich business, which I'm really excited about getting stuck into as this year goes forward. Much of my day or my life is understanding a business problem or desire, something they want to do differently or better, or something they want to change. And my job is about helping them establish the steps they need to take in order to achieve that change. So it could be as simple as something like, I want to introduce a new IT system to allow us to, a new piece of IT kit or equipment, and what needs to happen to make that happen. And my job's about bringing all the skills together. It might be IT skills, it might be training, it might be, data skills, to allow us to take all the right steps to make sure that change happens. So my job's just around how do we help businesses and how do we help Zurich achieve what it wants to achieve and deliver what it needs to deliver by bringing all those different skills and experiences together and organising them in a way that gets them to the logical outcome that we want to get to. I've said quite openly, I never thought I'd be in Zurich for as long as I have. I thought I'd kind of do a grad scheme and get bored and move on. But every time I've looked to develop my skills or experience, or I've got kind of comfortable in what I'm doing, there's always been another opportunity. And I think that's the joy of being in a large corporate organisation, that really there are as many opportunities as you can make, and they're really varied. So I've loved the variety of people and topics that I've worked on whilst kind of using the same skill set. I've loved the culture of Zurich, and that's one of the things that's really kept me close to it. A really strong, flexible working culture, really supportive for families. I work part-time 4 days a week. I've got 2 children who are 8 and 10, and the ability to flex my career and my work to get the most out of my career and work, and then get the most out of being at home and being present with my children. That culture and what that brings and the give and take from that for Zurich has been a massive driver for me as well, and I absolutely love that. But I think the biggest thing I love about my job is making a difference to people, so helping them achieve what they want to achieve and bringing people on that journey, and just the pure variety. You never know what each day is going to bring. You never know what challenge is going to get in the way or what's going to trip you up, and you never know, what you're going to have to get involved in next. And I love that about it. There's probably 3 key things that I'd pull out. So one is the ability to multitask and prioritize. So I think you go from a world at school where things are quite drip fed to you into this world of university where you're more in control of what you do and how you do it. And particularly in my case, had many things on the go at one time, and that ability to work out what's important and what you need to prioritize and where you need to spend your time, and do that in a really efficient way, and then manage your time in that way, is absolutely critical to what I do now. So, I pick up a to-do list every morning and I think, what order do I need to do this in, and what is most important? And it sounds like a really simple skill, but university absolutely honed that for me and really allowed me to know where I can flex and what I need to do to kind of get the work done. So I think that's probably that prioritization, time management. I just didn't have that before, and university absolutely honed that for me and gave me the ability to do that really effectively. And it has been a cornerstone for how I operate when I've got so many balls in the air at one time. I can be overseeing 60 projects and need to know about all of them, and being able to work out where to spend my time is definitely something that's transferred. I think relating to that, the ability to understand large amounts of information very quickly and then synthesize them into either a problem statement or a set of actions as to what we need to achieve. Again, something that comes very naturally to me now, but I definitely learned that through university. And I think back to the days where we were reading kind of, I talked about Shakespeare earlier, lots and lots of Shakespeare text, and then having to work out what the overall argument was, and what argument were you going to put forward in your presentation, dissertation, whatever it might be. That skill has been invaluable in my day job now, and the entire last 16 years. I spend a lot of time looking at huge amounts of information and then being able to say, right, that's the nub of the problem, or this is the action we need to take. And I can do that at super speed. And I think that skill was absolutely learned at university through that ability. People always say to me, how did you get through that and read that so quickly? And I was like, I read so many books, speed reading at uni, like that absolutely. I didn't realize it would be such an important skill now, but it absolutely is. And then the final one is, I think the drama I always credit for my kind of awareness of people and my ability to present and prepare. So I can retain a huge amount of information in my brain without taking lots of notes or without having to refer back to a lot of things. And I think partially I was born with that, and that's but the skill was honed through learning lines, learning scripts, learning movement, and that ability to work out the best way for me to recall information. So in my job now, I'm able to recall things very quickly or kind of pull a piece of information out of my brain that's somewhere back here. And I think that skill was really important. And then on the flip side, using that to understand the room. So that ability, I think through the drama degree, you really learn to read other people, and you learn how you best present and portray yourself, and then how to read others and how you need to adjust and adapt to that. And I spend most of my time talking to people in different positions and different circumstances, sometimes in conflict, sometimes in nice environments. But my drama degree absolutely gave me the confidence, to be able to navigate those conversations, adapt my behaviour and kind of adjust my behaviour where I need to support those specific situations, and not act my way through life. But, the element of, I've learned how to behave in a different way, or I know that I need to kind of adjust here for that person and there for that person. And I think the drama degree really gave me the ability to do that. And definitely the public speaking. Again, people think I do a lot of presentations, I do a lot of conference speaking, and I'd never have been able to do that without my experience in that drama degree, and that confidence and ability, and how you prep to speak and how your body language comes across, that are things that absolutely learned and came to fruition through my drama degree. 3 years is a really long time to do something that you don't enjoy. So actually, and it's something you work really hard at and put a lot of effort into. So think about what you enjoy, what makes you smile, what you're good at, and think about doing a degree that gives you that experience. I wouldn't be too hung up on what you think you're going to do afterwards, because the world moves and the world changes and your skills change and you change as a person through that university experience. And there is no door particularly closed because of one degree against another degree. So I think be open-minded, make sure you choose something you really love and that you really enjoy, and that you can see yourself spending a really good time during your university years, both the social side, but actually enjoying your study and enjoying your work. That will be my biggest advice, because I think an arts and humanities degree opens now so many opportunities. So I think choosing something you love is the wisest move you can make.